Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a tiger. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the head. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video to draw at your own pace. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a coin, a bottle cap, or anything else with a circular edge. Inside the circle, draw a curved horizontal line. This is a construction guide that will help you place the facial features later. At the top, draw a curved vertical line for another construction guide. On the bottom part of the head, draw a small circle as a guide for the muzzle. Make the circle big in relation to the head. The bottom right side of this circle should be outside of the head. On top of the head, draw two small arcs as guides for the ears. Draw the ears small in relation to the head. On the bottom left side, draw a big circle as a guide for the front section of the body. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle too. First make 4 small marks to indicate the sides of the circle, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Make this circle about 1.5 times the size of the head circle. Connect the 2 big circles using sloping lines to create the guide for the neck. Make the line on the right longer and more curved. At the bottom, draw a long sloping line for the first part of the front leg. On the right side, curve the line up to create the tip of the foot. Extend the top of the line back to the left so that it's inside the body. Add a vertical line on the left side to create a joint. To the right, draw a similar shape for the other front leg. At the top, slope the line up for the leg. To the right, draw a long thin shape as a guide for the hind leg. This guide is made up of 2 long horizontal lines with a curved section on the right. To the right, draw a shorter curved line that's similar to an arc on its side for the other hind foot. Higher up, draw a long sloping line for the top part of the other hind leg. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, lightly sketch 2 small circles for the eyes. Place the eyes on top of the horizontal construction guide and on either side of the vertical guide. When you get the sizes and positions of the eyes right, darken the shapes. As you darken the shapes, make the sides pointier for the corners of the eyes. The inner corners of the eyes should point down toward the muzzle. The outer corners of the eyes should point out toward the sides of the head. Make the tops of the eyes flat. Darken the small circles for the eyeballs. Draw a couple of lines near the corners of the eyes. In the middle of the eyes, draw tiny dots for pupils. The pupils should be very small. Inside the muzzle, lightly sketch a small triangle for the nose. Draw the nose slightly to the right of the center of the muzzle. When you get the size and position of the nose right, darken the shape. Use a wavy line to darken the top edge of the nose. Draw short lines on the corners of the nose. On the sides of the nose, draw small curved lines for the nostrils. Make the nostril on the right slightly smaller because the head is turned. Darken the bottom part of the nose and add a short line. Under the nose, draw an angled line for the mouth. Extend the left side of the line farther to the left. Curve the line up to create the side of the muzzle. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the line when you get the shape right. Draw a curved line on the right side for the other side of the muzzle. Follow the basic path of the initial circle as you draw the muzzle. Curve the top tips of the muzzle so that they're close to the eyes. Below the mouth, draw a curved line for the chin. Use a series of short strokes as you draw the chin to create a furry texture. Add a few more short strokes inside the shape for more fur. Darken the arc on the top left side of the head to create the ear. Make the sides of the ear wavier than the initial arc. Inside the shape, draw a series of short strokes for the ear's furry opening. Use the arc on the right as a guide to draw the other ear the same way. Darken the basic shape of the arc and add a few short strokes inside for fur. Use the first circle as a guide to draw the rest of the head. Follow the basic path of the circle to draw the shape of the head. Make the sides of the head wider than the initial circle. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. Use a series of short strokes as you darken the lines to create a furry texture. Make the bottom of the head flatter than the initial circle. Add a few lines inside the shape to give the head more structure. Use the long curved shape at the bottom as a guide to draw the front leg. Darken the basic path of the guide to create the shape of the leg. Use a few short strokes to create a furry texture. Make the right side of the shape thin for the foot. On the tip of the foot, draw a few short curved lines to separate the toes. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. Use the shape to the right as a guide to draw the other front leg. Darken the basic path of the initial guide. Curve the shape more to create muscle structure. Make the tip of the shape thin for the foot. On the tip of the foot, draw a few short curved lines to separate the toes. Darken the thin shape above to create the first hind leg. Make the shape of the leg slightly wavier than the initial guide. Add short lines to the tip of the foot to create the toes. Darken the shape on the right to create the other hind foot. Add the toes by drawing short curved lines. Darken the sloping line for the top part of the hind leg. Use the remaining shapes and lines as guides to draw the rest of the body. Darken the lines on the left side to create the side of the body. Add a few short lines between the front legs for creases on the chest. Darken the lines on the bottom right side of the head. Now go over the final lines with permanent ink. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. Don't ink the initial guidelines, only the final drawing. Draw a curved shape on the right side for the visible tip of the tail. When the ink dries, erase all of the guidelines. Now add the distinctive stripes using ink. Add small thin stripes around the eyes. Draw long thin stripes across the forehead. Leave the top part of the muzzle blank. Draw thicker curved stripes on the sides of the head. Draw short lines on the sides of the nose for the bases of the whiskers. Add dark sections around the mouth. Now add stripes to the rest of the body. Curve the stripes along the shape of the body. Give the stripes different thicknesses. As you add the stripes, use a series of short strokes to create a furry texture. On the chest, curve the lines in toward the center. Don't add too many stripes on the front legs. Make the tip of the tail dark. Darken the lines on the body to emphasize the shapes. Now color your drawing. Use dark brown throughout the body to create some shadows. Shadows will give the figure more dimension and volume. Use different shades of orange and brown to color the rest of the body. Color lightly at first and gradually build up to darker colors. For a light shade of a color, push down very lightly on your pencil, then push down harder for a darker shade. Use yellow and yellow-orange to create highlights. Slowly add different shades of orange, yellow, and brown on top of each other. As you color, use strokes that go in the direction of the fur. Slowly and gradually blend all the colors together. Push down slightly harder on your pencils to blend the colors together. Leave the bottom half of the head, the chest, and a few sections on the legs blank for the white fur. Color the eyes using different shades of orange. Use brown to create shadows on the eyes. Color the nose pink. Add some gray on the white fur for shadows. Add a bit of blue to the shadows. Draw a shadow at the bottom using gray and a bit of blue. Coloring can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep coloring until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the tiger. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com, where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.